Hello and welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday evening mindset training call this afternoon. So happy to see so many of you all logged into this call. All right, so I am Katrina Chapman Davis, goal leader with the team here in Trinidad and Tobago, building our massive business globally. And I am proud and honored to introduce our presenter for tonight. So before I do, let me just give you all, especially for the new ones who are on this call right now, and those who will be logging in and listening afterwards to the recording, this gentleman has worked in the industry of being a security officer, and he works other jobs as well. He worked as a security officer for roughly some 20 or so years. And while working his job, he knew within himself that there's something that is missing, but he just couldn't connect it. When he got started and he got introduced to the industry of network marketing, this is where things took a 360-degree turn for him. He proceeded to develop himself aggressively and rapidly, right? He immersed himself in a lot of books, a lot of motivational and educational information that has helped him to grow to the point where he has coached and mentored teams of over 1,800 individuals. And today, he continues to utilize his skill to help build individuals, help build their minds, and build massive businesses, and of course, bank accounts in effect. So you all want to have an open mind to the opportunity to tonight to the information that will be presented to you here by this industry legend, no stranger to the industry. He's one of the well-known coaches and mentors here in Trinidad and Tobago, who continues to impact lives, not only here in our country, but globally as well. So I take pleasure in introducing you to this gentleman. He's a husband, he's a father, a life and business coach, and a great team player as well. I take pleasure in introducing you all to none other than the industry legend, as I call him, the general himself, none other than Mr. Peter Mc Sween.
Good evening, guys. Thank you for that warm and heartfelt introduction, Katrina. I must say, guys, tonight I'm going to give you a little story about myself because people see me today and believe that who I am today and how I speak, I was the same person years ago. All right. Now, you might look at yourself and might say, I can't do like what Peter might be doing. I can't do like what Katrina is doing. I can't do like what Kiva is doing. You know, I can't do like what I've seen the leaders are doing. But I'm telling you guys, you feeling because you're new in the industry or you're new in the business, you feeling is that is what holding you back. And I'm telling you that is not what holding you back. What's holding you back is how you see yourself. What's holding you back is everything that's in your mind. Because the only person know that you are new is you. Right? If you introduce this opportunity to one of your friends, if you talk with a level of confidence and you talk with a level of conviction, that person will never believe that you just got started. In fact, they will ask you, so how long are you in? Because you're flowing so much. You ever hear people ask you those questions? So how long are you doing this? Because they find that you're speaking with such level of confidence, such level of conviction. And how do you learn to speak with that level of confidence and that level of conviction? You learn by getting plugged into the system. You need to plug into the system, guys. When I first got started in Live Good, I'm telling you guys, even with all the experience that I had in previous networking industry, it was still a new feeling for me. So you know what I did? I went to my back office and started to read up on how to go to the another level. Because life is not about staying stuck at one level. Anything that don't grow eventually dies. If you leave water in one spot, it will smell. Anything that don't grow eventually dies. If you don't use your muscles, you will lose it. If you don't use it, you will lose it. But what some people are doing, and without even realizing it, what they are doing, they are not playing to win. They are just playing not to lose. Guys, you are not playing to win. You are just playing not to lose. That is not how you build a massive organization. You need to play to win. Playing not to lose is just paying your membership and holding your position. Playing not to lose is not posting on social media what this great opportunity you have your hands on. Playing not to lose is not posting the products that you have in the business that people are out there just waiting to access. You are just playing not to lose. You are not playing to win. Because if you are playing to win, the first thing you need to do is plug into every opportunity call from the corporate team, plug into every opportunity call from the Trinidad team, plug into your mentor, plug into your coach, if you're playing to win. So you need to ask yourself, are you playing to win or are you just playing not to lose? You need to ask yourself that. No one can answer that question for you. Right? Because there's a big difference between a business building mindset and your business managing mindset. I'm going to say that again. There's a big difference between a business building mindset and your business managing mindset. A big business mindset is someone who plugs into the system. A big business mindset is somebody who working on growing themselves. They're reading books, they're listening to audios, they're sharing, they're checking out the links of all the leaders on the page, checking out what they're doing, checking out what people are doing all over the world in different teams, and feeding off of that energy. A business managing mindset is someone, as I said, all they do is manage their account and manage the account of the two people that they bring in. And they're not going any further. Or if they're at a higher level, all they're doing is just calling up the people who they realize that they drop off or they didn't pay the membership. They're just managing. Our crown diamond, Tim Miller, the guy is a crown diamond with over 1 million plus members in his organization. And he is at the business building mindset. He's not managing any account. In fact, he said, it's boring to just sit there and manage a team. It's very exciting to build a team. But you need to figure that out. And some of the reasons why people tend to not talk to anybody about the business, because for their whole life, they're just playing it safe. Guys, sometimes in life you need to play it safe, but you cannot be playing it safe all your life. It's okay to play it safe sometime in life, but it's not okay to play it safe all of your life. Understand that, guys. You need to know that what you want out of this business and connect with whoever can coach you and mentor you for you to come up to the level in order for you to feel confident enough, and where you can talk now with a level of conviction. You need to develop that kind of attitude. And for some reason, when people join a business, they expect to see results in the first month, in the first week, in the first couple of months. But you need to know something, guys. Results comes last. Results come last. The only time results come before work is in the dictionary. Results comes last, guys. What comes before result? Work. But what comes before work? Attitude. What comes before attitude? Mindset. You need to have the right mindset, your philosophy, the way of thinking. That is what you need to start with. You need to grow an entrepreneurial mindset. How do you develop an entrepreneurial mindset? You develop an entrepreneurial mindset by learning what entrepreneurs do when nothing is happening. You by learning what entrepreneurs do to self-motivate themselves. Because if all you are doing is waiting for somebody to motivate you, then you will end up having an inflated energy. You come onto a meeting, you feel good about it. Time your friend or your neighbor tell you that doesn't work, you get deflated. You come back to another meeting, you get motivated. Time you talk to one person, two person, and they tell you they're not interested, you get deflated. That kind of attitude will not build a business. Guys, I'm going to give you a little story about myself, how I got started in this whole networking industry. In 2010, I was introduced to a company by the name of Amway. All right. Before that, I was exposed to it, but I never got interested, because before that person actually introduced me to that company, it was Quick Star before and all of those other names, right? All those things but the first time I really took a serious look into network marketing was in 2010, and never forget it. That day, I was introduced to a meeting. A guy, a friend invited me to a meeting. That person who invited me, she's not with us anymore. She died. But that person invited me to a meeting. And when I saw the presentation, I was a security officer for over 20 years. And I listened to that guy talking about he was a UE dropout. He dropped out from UE, first year, first semester. And the guy had some level of financial freedom. The guy was young, in his 20s. And I said, this guy in his 20s already have some level of financial freedom. He dropped out of UE, and all he's doing is just building this network business. And I working for over 20 years as a security officer. And when I checked my bank account, I had $7.38 in the bank. I said, he is doing something. I need to know what he's doing, because what I'm doing is not working. And you need to come to that realization too. If you're behind on your bills and you're behind on your dreams, then you know you need to learn a new skill, because what you're doing right now is just not working. So when that guy introduced me to the networking industry, as I said, the name of the company back then was a company by the name of Amway. To register in that company was $3,000 TT. $3,000 TT to register in that company. But I was so frustrated in what I was doing, because doing security for so many years, all right, I keep changing companies, because there was a burning desire inside of me that telling me I need more. I need more. Do you have that burning desire inside of you? I had that burning desire inside of me that I need more. So what I used to do, after I spent maybe a year or two with a particular company, I realized that I'm not being challenged. I just go to work, sit down for 12 hours. I wasn't being challenged. I was feeling like if my life was just passing me by. So I will leave that company, join another company. I remember specifically, when I filled in all that form to join that another company, it had a part in that form that says, why did you leave the previous company? And every single time, I used to put destined for betterment. Every single time. So I was working Securico, I leave Securico. I went and joined Property Protectors, I leave them. Then I went and joined MTS, I leave MTS. I went and joined another firm, I leave them. Then I go back MTS. And that's what some people tend to do. All they're doing is just changing company, but they ain't changing what they're doing. So you keep doing the same thing, and that's the definition for insanity. Doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And that's what some people do. They work in KFC, they leave KFC, they go and work Royal Castle, they leave Royal Castle, they go and work Church's Chicken, and they ain't going nowhere. Because they're falling back into the same trap. The system is broken. The system designed to keep you in place. It's designed that way. It's designed to keep you just fighting to survive. And I listen to people every day. People who don't have money or who financially frustrated, they like to say things like, money's not everything. Okay, yeah, money's not everything. You understand? Money's not everything, but it's right up there with air. Because I'm telling you, when you don't have money and you can't pay your bills, you'll feel like if you can't breathe. So it's right up there with air. So we need to reach a point in our life where we need to stop lying to ourselves. And that's what happened to me when I first saw the opportunity, the networking with the industry. And I realized, listen, where I was in life, the first thing I needed to work on was myself. So I started to grow my mind. Back then it had educational CDs, it had books. That night I remember he gave me 10 CDs of people who already were successful in Amway. And I took those CDs and man, I eat up those CDs. I fall asleep listening, I wake up listening to it because I know I need to grow my mind. I need to grow my mind fast because I know I was behind on my bills and I was behind on my dreams. And the man who behind need to run faster or he will be forever behind. So I know I was behind. And you realize what I did? The first thing I did is start to work on myself. I started to listen to people who already have the success and start to copy what they did to get the success. I didn't went and do things on my own. I didn't went and try to figure it out. Because we tend to do that in life. We tend to try to figure it out. We buy a 42-inch color TV. There is a manual and you're trying to figure out how to operate the TV. We don't ever educate ourselves first and then do stuff. Somehow people don't like to read. People like to do what they want. And I'm telling you, you know it's true. You know you like to do what you want. You'll walk up to the bank, you see clothes, you're knocking on the glass. All you open, you're seeing clothes. They say push, you're pulling. We like to do what we want. I mean, it's true, we just love to do what we want. And even though some things are obvious, we still don't do it. You'll see a sign right outside the kitchens of a food establishment saying, wash your hands before you enter into the kitchen. That's supposed to be obvious. But yet people don't do it. So knowing that people don't do what is obvious or what should be done, then you have to train yourself. I was listening to Corey Russell yesterday. He said, only recently a friend introduced him to a book, right? After years of leaving school, he now started back to read. And the amount of books he read since then, because you need to grow your mind. I heard somebody said once that if you need to hide something from somebody, put it in a book. So guys, we need to grow our mind. We need to change the way we think. What is holding us back? If we have a passion and desire to grow, and we have a passion and desire to get more out of life, we cannot do it with the same mindset we have. It just doesn't work that way. Anything that needs to work properly, it needs to be upgraded. Your phone shows you that. You need to upgrade your software ever so often. And when the phone reaches a place where it cannot be upgraded anymore, it's tend to start to glitch and need a new phone. So guys, you need to really plug in to somebody who could coach you and stop trying to figure it out yourself. You're going to hurt yourself. Stop trying to figure it out. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to figure it out. You have people here who are willing to coach you and mentor you, and you're still trying to figure it out. And stop making excuses. And excuses are reason wrapped in a lie. Stop making excuses. Because when I saw the opportunity with the previous company, as I said, it was $3,000 to register. I had no money. Remember I told you I had $7,038 in the bank? I took my grocery money and got registered. Now, if you reach a point in life, if you don't sell, you don't eat, you don't sell. I know I needed to do something different because what I'm doing wasn't working. I was working myself into being financially frustrated. I was working myself into poverty. You ever see people work themselves into poverty? That's what I was doing. So the package at the time was $3,000. And you got some products with it. I took the package, I sold the products, I make $4,500. I took the $3,000, make my grocery. I took the $1,500, reinvested back in my business, and keep flipping it during the month. And at the end of the month, I had over $8,000. And after that, I never looked back. Never looked back. And all I did was build my organization. I built my organization. That is where I also met my wife. We built our organization. We got a free trip from the corporation a free trip. They reward you. I got a free trip to Michigan. And because they value you so much that they write a letter to our embassy telling the embassy give them the visa because they got rewarded with a free trip. Fast forward to today, right? What I thank God for is for the experiences and the mindset that I got from that previous company. However, now I'm part of a company that gives you access to world-class, exclusive, high-quality USDA certified organic supplement, where there's no product requirement, where there's no PV or BV, where you don't have to be spending back your money that you make back into the business, where all you have to do is just introduce this exciting business, this exciting platform to someone and tell them, listen, I'm part of a company, right? I'm part of a membership club that gives you access to quality organic supplements at wholesale pricing. And all it costs to be part of that company where you can save money and make money is $49.95 US. And then a monthly membership of $9.95 US. And that's it. And share this good news with everyone you know. That's all you need to say. However, even something as simple as that have people stuck in their mind. Even something as simple as that. Because their self-image is just not there. Just remember, guys, that life is like a ship, right? It's like a ship. You have partnerships, right? You have to develop your relationships. You have to connect, right, to get mentorships. You create friendships. But if you're not doing those things, and if those things are not working for you, then you need to abandon ship. If somebody's presence add no value to your life, their absence makes no difference. You need to check who you're connecting with. If somebody's presence add no value to your life, their absence makes no difference. And if you are stuck in your head, how to move forward, how to talk to people, then know that you need to connect to a mentor. And what a mentor will do, a mentor will help you find that place inside yourself that you may have never discovered by yourself. And by growing your mind and growing your thought process, it will remove that doubt that you have about your own abilities. Remember, guys, if there's no enemy within, the enemy on the outside can do you no harm. The only reason a boat will sink is not because it's surrounded by water. It's because the water coming inside of it. So if every time somebody tell you no, you start to feel that you were rejected, then you know you need to grow some more. You need to grow. Sometimes we feel that, everybody else know more than us. But that's not true. Because everyone that you talk about this business with, right? As I said, they don't know you're new. And as a leader, right, the dangerous thing about people who are new, they feel that people are looking at them and judging them. But people don't know they are new. And you need to get that thought out your head. And as leaders, I'm talking to the leaders now, our biggest mistake is feeling that we have arrived. This is a journey. Anytime you feel that you have arrived, you're sinking. I'm telling you guys. You never arrive. It's just a journey. Think about it, guys. You never arrive. It's a journey. Take your eyes off yourself. If you feel that whatever level you are, is that how far you're going to reach, then you're limiting yourself. And that's the biggest problem. When you focus too much on a newspaper clipping, just remember, today you might be front page news, but tomorrow you're wrapping fish, as my grandmother used to say. Guys, this business is so simple and so easy and so duplicatable. However, you need to understand the business because it's so easy to do, it's also easy not to do. You need to stay focused. Your biggest problem right now, you are not talking to anyone. That's your biggest problem right now. And you're listening to your own voice. And you're answering back too. Because the only thing that will be said is to keep you in your comfort zone. Your brain is designed to keep you in your comfort zone. Your brain is designed to take the path of least resistance. It's designed that way. It's designed that way, guys. We are living in a time where there's abundance of information. However, the majority of people right now are I don't want to use the term dumbest, but they have the dumbing down of ideas. Because there's so much information that we don't know how to filter what is useful from what you need to leave alone. You have to develop the right mindset in order to know what to take. It's like a grocery. Take what you want, leave the rest on the shelf. When last have you read a book? When last have you listened to any personal development audio? When last have you done that? When last have you logged on to a training and checking your upline every single day? I want that recording and dissect that recording and apply what was taught. Because that's another big problem right there. We don't apply. All we do, we just store information and we become warehouse for information. Guys, if you're not applying, then nothing happens. Nothing happens, guys. Connect with a mentor. Connect with your coach. Connect with somebody who could guide you through the process. What it is that have you so scared to talk to somebody? Because if you're uncomfortable to talk to anyone about this membership, then you need to check yourself and find out if you are even convinced that this is the greatest opportunity you ever have your hands on. If all you are doing is just waiting for your ship to come in instead of swimming to reach it, then you are limiting yourself, guys. You are limiting yourself. You have so much potential in you. Your friends need to hear your voice. Not mine, your voice. And once you talk with a level of conviction, my grandma used to say something at one time. She said, In the land of the blind, one-eyed man is king. You are in the program. You have more information than your friends. You're already doing it. How can they tell you what this business is if they're not even in the business? Think about that. How can they do that? But if you're going to talk to your friends, I'm part of a membership company that gives you access to organic supplements, and watch me, it's quality organic supplement. That thing don't work. And all of a sudden, your belief about what you have your hands on start to dwindle. Think about it. Does that make any sense? It doesn't. It comes like you know exactly what you have your hands on, and somebody convince you out of what you have your hands on. Guys, just think about it. We have coaching. We have the corporate team every Thursday, every Friday. We have our local opportunity call on a Thursday night. On a Tuesday, we have trainings. You have access to mentorship. And the business work because people are succeeding with it. So if the business work, if the products work, and you are not succeeding, then check what is the common denominator there. And check what needs to be upgraded in order to, you need to work your business. Think about it. You need to work your business, guys. Recently somebody asked me this, they said, listen, what keeps you motivated? Is it because your goal? I said, no. What keeps me motivated is the possibility of where the business will be in the next 5 years. Not where I am, where I'm going. If you are motivated where you are, then your dream is very small. If you are motivated based on where you are, your dreams is very small. Possibilities. A vision is just a glimpse of what is possible. And you need to come to the present and work your way to that vision. A vision is just a glimpse of what's possible. So guys, this evening was just a warm-up of things to come. We will be doing this every Sunday at 6 p.m. And if what I said this afternoon bless you in any way or motivate you in any way to see the business in a different light, then make sure that next week you don't come by yourself. Call up your team, call up a friend, say, listen, you miss out. You miss out. All right, guys, so this is me. If you have any questions, you could go ahead and ask. Any questions about the business, you could go ahead and ask. All right, Katrina, you want to keep it rolling? So the recording will also bless somebody also. Anybody have any questions? We'll be taking 10 minutes of questions. Anybody going through any struggle? Anybody going through any challenges?
My hand is up, but you're not seeing it.
Okay, go ahead, ask away.
Right. So what would you say? I mean, thank you so much for this insightful, mindset training. And we know there's I got a lot of nuggets from it. And as you mentioned, taking notes is just part of it. We don't want to be you always mention a warehouse of information without Coach Mc Sween. You hearing me clearly?
You're breaking up a little bit.
You hear me clearly? You hear me better now? I saw that my internet was unstable there. All right, so thank you so much for that. What I want to know is, with regards to growth, personal development, I know you talk about reading books, etc. What would you recommend for someone who's now going to start to tip their foot back into developing themselves? Like, okay, specifically, what book should they begin with? You have anything in mind that you should recommend?
Sure. One of the books that I clearly remember really made an impact in my mind was actually the first book I got from the previous networking company, a book by the name of The Magic of Thinking Big. That's a very powerful book. Another book that I read, but that book was my personal copy. I lent someone and I didn't get it back, was Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Malt. It deals with the psychology of the way people think. The way people think. The people tend to, they don't look at things the way they are, they look at things the way they are. So if they believe something is hard, and that's the problem, once they believe something is hard, then all their mind shuts down. So that's one of the book. Also 1.2 Lock, that's another great book. Right? Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. That's another wonderful book. That teaches all about networking and understanding, what you have to do in order to grow your network. Because with the entrepreneurial mindset, it's not like an employee mindset. An employee mindset, you do the work now, you expect pay at the end of the month. But when it comes to the entrepreneurial mindset, you need to build and build it big and build it fast, where you will develop passive income. You don't develop passive income with a job. That's the difference between building a network and working a job. You don't develop passive income by working a job. So if you want to work for the rest of your life, keep trading time for money. You have seen so many network builders. For example, our upline Diamond. She said the money she's making now is for the whole year as a teacher. She making in 1 month. What she making in 1 month. So you know what happens to her right there? She buy back her time. She buy back her time. You have to find a way to buy back your time, guys. All we have of life is time. You need to find a way to buy back your time. Go Give Ourselves More. That's another great book. Millennium Mindset. That's another great book. And guys, you could get those books in maybe bookstores. I think the Business of the 21st Century it's selling in bookstores. Or check Amazon. 5 Essential People Skills. That's another great book. And think about it. When you read a book and you put down that book and you go through life and you pick up that book 2 years after, you swear somebody will write that book. Because now you see it with a different eye, you see it with a different level of experience, you see it with a different mindset. And now what was hidden is seen. I would like to use this quote. If you know, right? If you learn what the magician knows, then it's not magic anymore. It's because you don't know certain things why it seems hard right now. But if you plug into a coach and you plug into a mentor, you realize it's not as hard as you think it is. And when you actually start to develop your mind, you realize, why didn't I do this all the time? What was holding me back? What is holding you back? What is holding you back? It cannot be if it's a self-image issue, Then connect with somebody who have the self-image that attracts, or what the self-image that you want to become, and ask that person to coach you. That's it. I remember, for those of you who like Kung Fu, right? That's how it used to be. You find a master and ask him to coach you. And sometimes what the master telling you to do, you might say that this is not important. Carry a bucket of water up the hill, put this there, pack this here, and you might say, no, I come to learn Kung Fu. But what they're doing, they're building your mindset. That's what they're doing, they're building your mindset. So when a coach building your mindset, it's not a question what he's doing to build your mindset, because he know that the skill that you actually want to learn is easy once you have the right mindset. The skill that you want to learn is easy once you have the right mindset. You cannot expect to get the skill set and have the tool set without the right mindset. You need to have the right mindset first. Yes, Think and Grow Rich. That's another great book. Right. So anybody have any other questions? Another great book is The Compound Effect. I love that book. The Slight Edge. That's another great book. Guys, and you could get these books on Amazon. We might have bookstores, might be carrying some of those books, but you need to start to grow your mind. You need to start to grow your mind, guys. So is there any other question? Anybody have any other question?
How does one connect themselves to a coach or a mentor in order to help develop them? And who, because not everyone would know who are coaches in the team or outside of the team. I'm not sure. If you could give an idea for some persons who might be interested.
Sure. One of the best way to they will hear the leaders talking about the different coaches on the team. All right. Look for a growing upline, but pick up your phone and make a call. Check out the leaders on the team and say, listen, I'm looking for somebody to coach me because this is my situation and I'm serious about building my business. And it's not like, trust me, guys, if it reach a point where there are too much people for the coaches to coach at, individually, then we'll do it group, like what we're doing now. So it's not a matter of access to coaches, It's that you need to make yourself accessible to coaching. It's not about ability. It's making the availability to make yourself available for the coaching. All right, guys? Think about it. What if your real problem is that now that you have an inability to execute, but you have you don't believe in yourself. What is your problem? You need to ask yourself that. So there are many coaches here, many coaches. All right, guys? There are Coach Kiva, Coach Katrina, myself. Because let me tell you something, guys. You know what is our biggest superpower? Expectation. But if you're building this business with no level of expectation at all, you don't expect nothing to come out of what you're doing, then you wouldn't put the energy and effort behind it. There will be no implementation of anything. So if you think your real problem, what if your real problem is not that they don't have the ability to execute or implement? What if that is not your real problem? Think about that, guys. What if your real problem is that you don't have a level of expectation of anything? What if your real problem is not that you don't believe, What if your real problem is that you don't believe in yourself? That's why things is not happening. You need to ask yourself, what is the problem? No one can answer that for you, and you need to be honest. You need to be honest with yourself. You cannot be building a business and just going through it. You need to start to grow through it. Too many of you guys are just going through the business, time just going by. The same person that you were a year ago is the same person you are today. That kind of energy will not attract anyone in your business. In fact, you now will start to lose hope. Your business will not grow above your self-image. These sessions are not just for your entertainment. These sessions are there for to educate you and for you to implement what is being taught in order to elevate you. These sessions are not to entertain you. These sessions are there to elevate you. So guys, as I said, let me say it one more time. If there's no enemy within, the enemy on the outside can do you no harm. You need to get out of your head and get out of your own way. And let's build a massive organization. Guys, glad that I could share something and pour something in you, and hope that what I said bless you in some way. And invite everyone you know on your team to our next session next week Sunday, same time, same place.